We are live. Hi, Lash, Hairston. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you are, Beth. Thank you for having me.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, yeah. Neither one of us are wearing green, but happy St. Patrick's Day.
Well, I can't wear green, right? I have to always wear red when I'm doing anything commercial real estate.
That's true. That's true.
But I am going to New York this weekend. I'm not going to wear red at all.
Oh, really? So you gonna take a week off? Are you working, or are you just trying to go incognito?
I am taking a couple of days off, but I'm doing some real estate things up there, but not retail. So I'm not feeling obligated to wear any of my red.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know you'll be red on the inside, though. I know that you will be red on the inside. You can't take away all the red.
Absolutely. So let me introduce you to our audience. So we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
All right.
The power of social media. So Lash we've been friends for 3 years about.
Yeah, but yeah.
Right?
I'll go with that. Yes, ma'am.
How did we connect originally? I know we met in person initially at the Charlotte ICSC.
You spoke, and I thanked you for speaking. And then you gave me a book, and I read your book. And I think I was lurking on LinkedIn, and I looked at your profile, and you sent me a message and said, "Can I help you with anything?"
Yeah, I catch you lurkers,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we started there. I started working with you, coaching, and then been doing that, and then yeah. So.
It's all good. And I'm sending you business. So Lash is are you founder or co-partner or co-CEO of Carolina Commercial? What's your title?
I got a lot of them, but my partner Blake Webb and I started Carolina Commercial right at 3.5 years ago, right there. Then he handles property management side, and then I do the leasing side.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I love your theme or your whatever it's called. What is that called?
Tagline.
Yeah.
Tagline.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
Thank you.
So you want to tell the audience what your tagline is and what it means?
It is. So our focus is, we kind of refer to it as, we stay outside of the belt lines. We focus on small and tertiary markets throughout North Carolina. Recently moved into Tennessee and Mississippi as well. And we go to really smaller markets, and we lease space that hasn't been leased in a while. The properties, we try and get cooperative landlords. But our tagline is small markets, big results. I
love that. Our tagline. And the audience would never know that you're from the South.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So are you ready to role play?
I am. Yes. I'm gonna get a good deal. So I'm confident I'm gonna get a good deal.
Okay. So what is the business that you want to open in one of my shopping centers?
I need 1,200 feet for my ice cream parlor. It's my second location. It's called Ice Cream. The first location is called U Scream. So now U Scream Ice Cream. We've got my homemade ice cream shop going.
So you know what's funny about that is Chloe and I, we went to look at a property today for a client who's looking at buying this property. And while we were there, I said, that ice cream store we canvassed a couple months ago is here. We need to go stop in. So we stopped in for the second visit on an ice cream store that we've been talking to.
Okay.
So right. that was like 2 hours ago. So it's funny that you picked that use.
Okay. Well, that's this is good. This will be, you can put it into practice then.
Okay. So hopefully. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? So, hi, Lash. It's nice to talk to you again. So I was very excited to show you the space we have available at Shops of Arrowhead, the 950. You came and saw it. You saw
Yep.
that it's got outdoor seating area right at the entranceway of the shopping center. Great signage. Are you ready to make a move? Are we ready to, go to LOI?
Beth, I love the space, the outdoor seating. Certainly, that's going to be great for my business. We've enhanced the capacity, the seating capacity, because now I can have a couple of folks inside, a couple of folks outside. It's always great for families. But it's tough for me to wrap my head around that rent number. Where I'm at right now, it's a little bit bigger. It's 1,100 feet, and I'm paying like $4 less in rent a foot. So it's I really like it, but it's just I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around your rent number.
So I believe you called me on the space versus me going after you. So when you called me for the property, what did you like about the center that made you pick up the phone to call me?
Well, it's right there on the street, so everybody can see it. It's street side. Parking is a little bit tight, but there's so much traffic, so many things going on. It's going to be it's highly visible. Also, like the fact that you've got the piano teacher down there on the other end. I know that parents will be bringing their kids, so I know obviously we can get some traffic like that. But really, Beth, my ice cream is so good, I could go anywhere and folks are going to find me. So we've just had a good following. We work really hard at our business, so I do like the visibility. But I don't know that that's necessarily going to equate to enough revenue for me to justify paying that number in rent.
So remind me again, Lash, did you say that you were doing $450 at your other location annually?
No, we're doing $625. So we've been there for, this is our 7th year. We've steadily built it up, and we're starting to do some to-go options where we're, it's because all our ice cream is homemade. So we've got them in the carton. So now folks are coming in. We're trying to work our Facebook marketing. So that having that pickup option has really increased some of our revenue. And that's what I like about the shops at Arrowhead is maybe, with the residential around there, folks will say, oh, I'm this much closer, and they won't have to come to our other location.
Okay, and so you said you're paying. We've been talking about $45 a square foot. So you're paying $41 times 1,100 square feet. So you're paying $45,100 a year divided by 625. So you're paying 7% of your rent of sales, right?
I believe you. If that's the math, then yes, I believe you. Yep.
Okay.
And that's where we want to be. We're a small business, so we hedge our bets. We don't want to get to that 10%.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. So I visited you in your other location, right?
Yep.
Do you think you can do more at Arrowhead than your location down the street with, you're in that, or you're 5 miles away, 3 or 4 store strip center? Did I mention when you were visiting what our sales were across the board in this shopping center?
No, we didn't. We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
So between Panera, Mission Barbecue, Burger 21, the nail salon, La Spada Subs, we're approaching 16 million of traffic in the center.
Okay.
So do you think that, and I'm guessing, I know you have a barber, a salon, and a check cashing at your other center.
Yeah, the barber shop's great. We get a lot of foot traffic from those guys, and so that works out for us.
So let's say maybe all of them, if they're all doing $500,000 like you're in a center with 2 million of traffic. So, right. So knowing that you are a destination, which I believe you are, I absolutely believe that you're a destination and you don't have to pay the $45. Okay.
Thank you.
But that's not to say that I'm not going to make you or try to get you to pay the $45. Okay. But I want to just talk it out. So you're in a center with $2 million of sales.
Mm-hmm.
Does coming to a center of $16 million of sales help you do you think that you can do more than 625 in my center versus the center you're in now?
I do. But we've got
how much
me-
more?
I think because we follow our foot traffic, I think, kind of I don't know how much I can do, but I feel like we can do 550 with my eyes closed. So if we do great, maybe we crack 725, 750. But when we're looking at it, that 550 number, if we don't do that, we've got some employment issues, or we've got something outside of our normal operations that's affecting.
Okay, so you're doing 650 in 1,100 square feet. So that's
Yep.
that's 590 a square foot.
Okay.
My space is 950. So
Okay.
950 square feet at 590 a square foot is 560.
Okay.
500, which is exactly what you just said. You're hoping you could do 550, 560, right?
I think that's where we can go. And like I said, if we're not doing that, something's wrong. But part of what I'm concerned with, Beth, is, we're going to have probably 250 to open the door. Your space is, we've got to get it ready. I've got to get my coolers in there. I've got to run plumbing. I've got to do some sinks and stuff like that. So for me to staff, uniforms, equipment, open the door, I'm probably 250, 300 to get in there and get open for business. So I know it's a bit strong for an ice cream store, but we do it well. We feel like that the nicer finishes, the better equipment, our values there in the long run.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for an ice cream store.
It's great ice cream. Great ice cream.
So if you can't do, so let's see what number it is that you need to do to pay my rent in sales.
Okay.
So we can see if that's not a possibility, then we need to talk, right?
Okay. All right.
So running some numbers. So 42 and 650, 700. Sorry. Bear with me. I think you have to do 725 in sales at 7% divided by 950. No, that's even more. 650. It's the difference is because the space is so much smaller. So 650 times 7 divided by 950. Yeah, so you'd have to do about 625 to stay in the 7% of where you're at now, the 7%. And in the smaller space, you would need to do 625. What year can you get to 625?
I need 18 months, Ben. I'm confident that we'll get there. But what the strain is going to be is because I'm not taking out a loan. I'm not doing anything. I'm paying our cash reserves. So that's where I'm nervous, because if it goes wrong, I've now depleted all my reserves that I had that could carry me for that initial startup period.
So if I contributed to the TI, that would help you with your reserves, and you could pay my 45.
Or we could stagger rent. I don't want a handout, so I feel like I can do it. So if we could stagger rent, or if you can help me with the TI, that's good. But if we can have a kind of a step up period where maybe I get some free rent in there for the first little bit, the first maybe 6 months or something like that, we're at a reduced rent, and then I'm able to get in there and try and get going so I can get my feet under me.
So I have a rule.
What's
when the doors are open, the landlord gets a check.
Okay.
So I don't mind doing some half rent, but the day the door opens for business, you're writing me a check.
Okay. Well, we're a good tenant, so we don't want to break any rules. So if you've got rules, we want to abide by them.
What about this?
How do we do that? How can we do that?
I think that you're underestimating your ability and your product and my audience. You are, I think you're aware, we talked about this when you came to see the space, the 290 bed hospital that's about to open in September across the street next to the college.
I like that. If they're all getting their consoles out, I'll be in business. So.
And well, they're going to come eat at Arrowhead to dinner, and then you're the only dessert guy I've got. I've got Panera, Mission, Las Spadas, Burger 21. You're going to be it. So they're all.
Can you protect me and not let any other dessert folks in?
100%.
Okay.
No problem. Does that just get me $2 more?
Let's see if we can get, if we can, I get that when we're open for business, we got to pay you. But if you can work with us and we can have some half rent or some time where we can recoup some of our initial investment, we can do that, and we could look at extending the lease. So we've got, so you've got your full period of market rent.
Right. But let me go back to my concept that I think you're underestimating the deliciousness of your product in my shopping center.
Okay.
I think I believe in your product more than you do.
No, ice cream, you scream is we're worldwide, but we've got to take care of ourselves.
I understand, but let me just say, if I'm right, and year one you're at 700.
I don't think we'll hit 700 until 18 to 24 months. I think that's when we'll hit 700. So I think.
What if you do hit that in year one, and I was right? Will you pay me the 45? If I was right?
Yeah, we'll do that. How do we do that? Because when am I going to hit it? And then am I going to owe you all the back rent, or how are we going to do that? If you can keep me at 7%, and we go in there and we do it, and you're sharing the risk with me, by all means, we want you to share in the rewards. So if you believe in us that much, then yes.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to offer you. I'll give you $20,000. Are you writing this down?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you $20,000 because that will pay for your grease trap, which unfortunately in Davie, you're going to need. I know that sounds stupid, but you're going to have that for an ice cream store.
Okay.
I'm going to pay that.
Okay.
Okay.
Who does the work?
You're doing all.
I have to do it. You're going to reimburse me, or are you doing it?
You're doing all the work. I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the 20. I'm going to let you pay 41 for 6 months.
Okay.
And then I want 43 for 6 months. And if you by the end of the 12th month exceeded 7%, so 7.1, I want that extra $2 to my 45. You have to then pay me back $2 more, by the end of the 13th month.
Okay.
And then
can you give me a little bit more time? I mean, we'll certainly agree to pay you, but if that's what's that end up being?
$2 times, it's going to be $2 times 950 would be $1,800, and you'll have.
We're good. We're good. We can do that. We can do that.
And then you'll set then that year 2, you'll be at the 45, and then we'll get the 5% annual going forward.
5% annual. Okay, and you're going to protect me. There's not going to be any other desserts.
No dessert unless if Panera, Mission, or Burger 21 moves out, and a sushi restaurant moves in and they have a fancy ice cream or something as an ancillary part of their menu, I'm not going to stop a 3,000 square foot tenant from carrying something that's part of their overall menu.
Yeah, we're good with that. Everybody gets desserts. I mean, Panera's got dessert. But.
And, you know, and I have Playa Lago that's opening in September, and they are bowls and smoothies. But other than that, there will be no ice cream store coming. Can I do cookies if I have an opportunity to do cookies without ice cream?
No, we don't want. I mean, that's tough.
Okay.
That's going to impact us.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. You'll be the only dessert concept in the center.
That's perfect. If that's it, that's all we want.
So we're going to go over this one more time.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to contribute 20% towards the grease trap. You're doing all of the work. I'm just reimbursing you the 20 grand.
20,000, not 20%, 20,000.
20,000. 20,000. You're going to pay $41 for the first 6 months, $43 for the second 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the 12th month, when you report sales, which I get monthly, so I will know way before the 12th month if you're tracking to do 7%. You will then pay me back by the end of the 13th month the difference, which is $2. If you hit that 7%, you'll pay me back the $2. We will then reset to the 45 and go forward with 5% annual increases. If you do not hit, if you're right and I'm wrong and you don't hit the number, then you will stay. The 43 will then become 43 plus the 5% annually.
Okay.
That's really fair.
I love that. That's, you know, I appreciate your faith and belief in us. So
I think you're gonna be shocked at how well you do at Shops of Arrowhead.
Well, I hope we're both pleasantly surprised. I know that we're going to do well, and you know, I'm looking forward to being there. How long can I get to build out? How long? I need some time.
How long do you need to build out?
I think it's going to be, you know, obviously Davie County, the permitting can be arduous to say the least. So
4 months for the permitting.
Yeah. So, I mean, is 180 too long, or are you able to do that?
I don't care. You know, it's the earlier of.
Right. I'm good with that.
So, or the earlier of 180 or opening, whichever comes first.
Okay. Is there do y'all do any marketing for the center?
I do a ton of marketing for the center.
So how can we get on I want to make sure that, you know, we're on the marketing and we're able to, you know, let everybody know about our second location.
So I rent the bus benches in front of the center, and every new tenant gets the first 3 months free on the bus bench.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So we're going to be on the bus.
You're going to be on the bus bench right in front of Shops of Arrowhead on University Drive. And usually I like to start it the month before you open, like coming soon, you scream, I scream for ice cream. And then 2 months after you open. But if you want me to do it the month you open and then have it 3 months, it's up to you.
Where can I go on the pylon? Can I go right up at the top?
No, we've got, when you come by and take a look, and you'll see where the blanks are, and tell me where you want to go, wherever the blanks are.
Okay. All right. And my sign, can I do a box sign?
Absolutely not. Channel letters of it individually installed on the facade of the parapet.
Okay.
No box signs and no raceways.
No raceways.
No, we don't want any birds' nests.
Okay. All right. All right.
Lash, I'm excited.
I'm excited too, Beth. I think it's the right thing. I appreciate you working with us and helping facilitate it. You know, folks have been asking us to come over there, come to that area. So I think we made the right decision, and we're looking forward to getting started.
So I will, Josie will draft the lease. We'll get it out to you tomorrow.
Okay.
How long will it take you to review it and get it back to me with your comments or signature?
I just got to read through it and see. You know, obviously, I can't imagine anything. We kind of talked through everything, so it should be good.
But you need to read the lease, right?
Sure, probably about a week. Do you think I need an attorney? Or do you think I can read it?
I recommend all my tenants have an attorney look at it. Did you have your attorney look at your last lease?
No, I just signed it. It was me and the guy.
Did you have any problems with the last landlord?
I ran into some HVAC work that I was not anticipating.
Okay,
I had to do that.
I think you need to have an attorney look. I think it's a 40-page document. You should have the attorney look.
Okay. Well, I've got.
You're running a $600,000 business annually. It's going to cost you $1,000. Pay the attorney.
Okay. All right. So I'll get an attorney, and don't tell everybody we're making $600,000. Everybody's going to want to get an ice cream business. So. Okay. All right.
You're going to be doing a lot more than that at Shops of Arrowhead. The average Subway makes $300,000 or $400,000. If I told you what La Spada's was doing, it would blow your socks off.
Okay.
The average nail salon does $1 million. If I told you what Posh is doing, it would blow your socks off. Every one of my tenants far exceeds. And it's not because of me. It's because we're across from Nova. We have, the synergy of you're going to fit right in. Tenant mix is so important. The desserts are going to be the cherry on the top of my tenant mix.
Okay. All right. Well, we're excited. Thank you. If you send the lease over, we'll get it. I would say, 7 to 10 business days, we should have it back to you.
Okay. I look forward to having you be our next new tenant at Shops of Arrowhead, Lash. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, Beth.
All right. What'd you think? You were tough.
Oh, man. You did good. I did not get what I want. I didn't realize till we got to 12 months. I was like, oh, I could have gotten a little bit more. But it was good. Those are all the questions. You always run into signage, all that stuff. So laying that stuff out beforehand. I love the fact that you guys advertise centers. That's not something that everybody does. So anytime you can say, hey, you're going to get some free marketing, that's a good deal. Working through the sales, I like that piece.
So important. That's the one thing that my wonderful leasing agents do not do enough. Could I have given you 41? Of course.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the point. That's not what Rockstar leasing agents do. Could we have said we meet in the middle? Of course. That's not what Rockstar leasing agents do. You're in 1,100 square feet. Now you're going to go to 950. You're going to hit the 7%. Why should you not pay the 7%? You're used to paying the 7%.
Right.
So our job as leasing people are to create value, not meet in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I say to my leasing agents, well, what are they going to do in sales? Well, what's their occupancy cost? They look at me like some of them look at me like they don't know what I'm talking about. So I love doing the role playing where, I was fumbling there for a minute, and that's okay. And I did that because that's sometimes what happens in the field. But just slow down, run your numbers, practice it before you get to the tenant, watch the role plays, write down the numbers, figure it out. It's just so powerful.
It is. I love talking about build out. So that's what I go to is I always go to, what do you think you're going to spend on build out? What are y'all in nationals, mom and pops, whoever, what are y'all looking? What do you anticipate having to spend? I think 250 was a little bit rich for an ice cream, but it was the first number that came in my head.
That's what role playing is all about. Yeah. But, and the thing is I withheld the TI.
Yep.
I didn't, the way it looked, I didn't bring it up in the showing. A lot of times leasing agents have budgets and they say, you've got this for TI and this for rent. And they open the door and they go, we got this for TI. Hold back the TI. Hold it back. Do you have any TI? Not really. Hold it back so that you can use it later when you're negotiating the rent.
I like that. Because I did, that is when we're canvassing, I sometimes open with, I'll give you $20,000. That's because it's good. We can get some interest, but we always back it up with, obviously, whatever I'm telling you is contingent on your financials, right? So we say, hey, whatever we work out, whatever we're talking about, is contingent upon your financials. But you can get somebody's attention really quickly, and they start saying, okay, but you do have to make sure that you're doing it in the correct manner versus just, everybody. You can't do the Oprah Winfrey, everybody gets a car.
Well, I'd rather you say, if you're canvassing, there's TI available. There's money of, they might not know what TI is if you're canvassing, right? So the landlord has some money incentives depending on your business and how much you're going to invest.
Right.
Well, how much is that? Well, it depends on how much you're going to invest. I mean, if you walk in and all you do is put in a couple dressing rooms.
Yeah, we can't so that's what we do in the build out is we can't put the bill, right? So we may have some in there, but you've got to have the majority of it because we can't, we're not in the business of whatever it is that you're doing.
Well, Lash, small markets, big results, Hairston. So happy that we're part of Role Play Wednesdays.
Thank
you. On live, everyone, we've got all these comments. They're asking, is this recorded? Great, solutions to solving problems. Your friend Drew Creighton said, percentage rent.
Oh, there we go, Jude. Thank you.
I'm like, Jude. I'm getting there, Jude. I'm getting there. I gotta, slow play it. But did you like how I was like, I have more confidence in your product than you do?
Sure. Yeah. And I love that. And that's sometimes, it's scary for tenants. They're scared because they're going and doing something new. And you say, man, I know you're going to make it. And I told somebody that on Sunday. I said, we were showing space and they said, well, I don't know. I said, wherever you're going to go, you're going to end up great. But this is where you need to be. But your concept is great. You're going to, wherever you go, you'll be okay.
Well, thank you so much I know Hattie Mae and Bill and your wife Rita is waiting for you to have dinner. So I appreciate you doing this at this hour on an evening. And I'm going to see you in South Florida in a couple of weeks, right?
We are. We're going to Legoland. We're going to Homestead, on the airboat and gator tour. We're going on the Beth Azor, Fort Lauderdale sightseeing visit. So, yeah, we're excited and happy to get some warm weather.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and look forward to continue to work with you, Lash.
Me too, Beth. Thank you for inviting me. Enjoyed it.
Bye-bye.